is.
All right, take that interjection. I think somebody wants to put a position to you.
Okay, go ahead.
Was that you uptown?
Right. No.
Oh no,
Hold
look at that.
All
Well,
right.
Oriola Ade. That's a funky name, Oriola Ade. Look
Um,
at that. Eh?
so this is how I do this. I actually like when people say something and they can back it up. Like you would just let us know like your source. So I have series of questions. And before
Hmm.
I go to my question, I remember was the last week that I was typing in and I made mention when one man was saying GDP and stuff. And I was asking him, I have like because I don't have the time, but I have some other follow up on that. But now let me just ask my question. So first, you made mention of OB being he has a lot of youth supporters.
Sorry, was that when I said that Nigeria is the 25th largest economy? Was that what you
Yeah,
were read? Yeah.
yeah.
You have views. You have facts to the contrary.
No. I have some other things because do you want us to discuss now or
No,
I
no.
should just
Put
ask my
your
question?
question to Ola, to
Yeah, let me
Wale
put
because
my
we're we're coming up to 6 hours. Yeah. So go
right.
ahead.
I understand. Yeah, I can't start with you guys at the beginning. So, but here's my question. So the first one you made mention that OB is he has a lot of youth followers. Um, I mean, is there? I mean, we just need a sign. Like you need to let us know why you come up with that because I disagree. I don't.
I
I think
disagree too. Yeah.
I
But
don't
carry on.
Okay.
think he has a lot of youths that's following them. You also made mention that he has a lot of educated people. What do you even mean? What does education even means? So you made mention of that. How do you come up to that? All of what you just said is assumptions. So now I want to
It's
go to
not actually
Sowore.
a assumption, it's conditioning because the propaganda is that Twitter B commands the youth space. And because they repeat it so much, they regurgitate it so much, it takes on a truth of its own. But there's no empirical evidence, as you said, to
Correct.
suggest that Peter Obi commands anything other than
Correct.
his clansmen.
Correct, you're right. But because he made mention of it, I would actually like for him to actually just back it up and let us know how he come up with that. So there's
Okay.
another question. So
Oh,
Sowore, you made mention that Sowore he has signs of dictatorship. So I remember early in the cat during the broadcast, some other guys actually mentioned the same thing. I would like to know the signs that you see for you to actually say something like that because it's to me I find I'm definitely sure you would also find it disrespectful. That's one. Two, you also a lot of talk about he doesn't know what he's saying. He doesn't resonate with the younger folks. How do you even know
No,
this?
hold on. You have to stagger all this. So it's not unless he's writing it down. So let him take
okay,
his.
I'm having a mental memory of what he's saying,
All
all
right.
the
Okay.
questions.
Yeah, so you saying that he have a dictatorship trait, and I think you're not the only person that mentioned that. Some other people said that,
I agreed with
um,
that. Yeah.
and I actually disagree.
Mm.
And you also said that I know maybe not you, but one man always say, "Oh, well, some of the questions that he answer, how is he possibly going to be able to afford?" Or, but my question is the traits of a dictatorship, and why do you? Because what I think is this. Actually, I would like you to answer first. Then I would say something that maybe will resonate with you from 4 years ago.
All
But
right.
if you
All
can
right.
answer the question first.
Okay. Give him a chance to. But while I condense it for time, but because I want this conversation to take place between the two of you. But while to you.
Okay, thank you. So, what informed my opinion about youth supporting Obi is this fact. If you pull up two, three rally or video on YouTube right now where you've seen an obedient organizing a rally for Peter Obi, if you pull up three video, even woman can help us do that and play maybe 3 videos on YouTube and see the people in attendance in those rallies just to, you know, gauge their age and see how old do you think they might be. Then you'll be able to understand the reason why I come up with that assumption that the youth are the ones supporting Obi, and most of them are based in the urban area, not in the what the American call countryside. That is what informed that decision. And if you come online and if you try to, engage people in a conversation online and see, if you click on the profile, you will notice that majority of them have no idea how politics is in Nigeria, and they're just supporting Peter Obi because they're able to identify with him as somebody who is different from other politicians. So that is what informed my decision about. Not that we don't have some, you know, average age or supporters, but most of the people that are supporting him are younger people. Now you talked about that. I said that most of the people
No,
supporting
you
him are
said wait before you leave that. You said about 80% of
eighty
those
percent.
are
Yes, eighty
so.
percent. Yes,
So just because of the crowd numbers, that's how you say 80%.
but you also need to understand if you pull up Tinubu's rally on YouTube right now, you will realize that majority of the people there, they are advanced in age. They might
No,
be
that's not true.
younger.
That's not true.
It is true. Please play
No,
the video right now on YouTube. You will
no,
see
that's
what informed
there's
my
no need
decision.
for there's actually no need. There was a video that one man showed maybe 2 or 3 days ago.
Hmm.
The crowd, especially those on the field,
Hmm.
they're not old people. They're younger folks. When you
For
look at
Tinubu.
Lloyd, listen. When you look at Atiku rally, you see
Hmm.
a lot of young people. Here's what I think.
Hmm.
When I was young in Nigeria,
Yeah, I haven't finished your
all right,
answering your questions though.
I'll listen.
Okay, so you also said that talked about the educated people support the Obi the most. Um, Obi's message resonate with the younger generations. And if you look at the call of the people, that always is a spokesperson, or majority of them are not actually what you would call um, politicians. They're just like a regular folks like you and I. Probably never, maybe some of them never been to the four wall of university, but they are educated one way or the other. They're able to identify and to see some of the his plan. They can identify with, and that's what informed my decision. That, but for
Well,
somebody who come from a
well,
remote,
does it even have
for
that?
somebody who come from a remote place like I do, okay, not that they haven't heard about somebody called Obi, but his message just doesn't resonate with them. It doesn't. I come from Ekiti State, and I tell you what, the last election is more or less like a precursor of what is going to we are going to witness in the next election. Yes, money play a part, but then that tells you where their priority lies. If if Peter Obi's message resonate with them, they will have rejected his money and support a candidate from his party. But they did it because, of course, what we do these days is more or less like an identity politics anyway. So that tells you about those people. Now, talking about Omowole Sowore, look, even though the politician right now they're in the campaign mode and they throw word across to each other and all that, saying things that ordinarily they wouldn't even say to each other when they are one on one. Um, but if you look at Omowole Sowore, how many times have you seen somebody as a surrogate representing him in the media? He's right there by himself, representing himself. I don't know. I like the man. Don't get me wrong. I like him. I wish he's going to be the president of Nigeria. Whoever becomes the president of Nigeria tomorrow, I'll pray for that person, and I wish him well. Okay. But then you look at the fact that there's a way the past always has the way of coming back to haunt. and that is why we have to be careful what we do now.
All right. So what actually, because you say, I mean, you say a lot about him, but I don't understand what exactly is the detectors that makes him a detector. That's one. And what exactly is he
I
saying?
never really call him a dictator per se.
Okay,
I said
maybe
he
that.
was
Oh,
riding a dead.
sorry, Wally. I see him as a dictator.
How?
His tonality is authoritarian. His
Example,
mannerism is
example,
aggressive.
example, example, example.
Okay, let's use his party as an example. He's the chairman, presidential candidate of one party.
Mhm.
So that's one. And then let's go back to 2019 when they tried to form a coalition of the young and up and coming politicians to form a mass to have a chance against the status quo. Uh, he went in there to tell them that he was going to lead that space. I think Durotoye was the person that they eventually chose, and he walked away in a huff because he felt that even though it was Madame Obi Ezekwesili that was facilitating that even though Madame Obi was facilitating, he was coming in with a list of demands that if this is not adhered to, then it cannot be a part of it. And his list of demands, of course, lands the leadership on him.
All
So,
right,
it's just a thing. There's
all right, all right.
and the way he presents as well, very forceful, very
Wait. You just made two different scenarios. Then I'm
yes.
going. Let me follow up on it too. So the first one, you said because he didn't want to be part of the other guys. What he gave a reason why it doesn't why he did what he did. And I can remember he told us that the people that set up the third first, he doesn't align with those people. What is wrong with that? If you so here's the
No,
thing. If
he
you
said
have
that.
I
He
wait,
said that
let,
latterly. He said that
let me
latterly.
land. Wait, if I have an ideology and it doesn't align with, let's say there's 10 people in the room, I have an ideology, this is what I believe in, this is what I would like for things to do, and everybody in the room, they rather do it some other way. Would you prefer for me to stay in there, even though I don't feel comfortable, because this is not how I want it done? And you have to remember this. Sowore has a lot of information. I think the reason why he hacked and
No,
a
he
lot of people.
doesn't.
Wait. It is the only reason why the only reason why a lot of people feel this way they're feeling, and it is the fact that he knows some things that a lot of people don't know, and is uncomfortable with those things. That's how I see it. Like, for example, if you have a kid and the kid is about to make mistake, because you already know that whatever way that kid is going is going to fall into another trap, is going to mess up, you would kind of like try to correct him. And a lot of time, kids will not listen. They'll be like, "This, I want to do it," but parents will try to guide them just so.
We're now in the realms of conjecture. We're now in the realms of conjecture because you are extrapolating just from your assessment of his personality, and then you are projecting a position that's almost categorical. There is no. You don't know what information he has. He's only a reporter. He has only the information that people in
He
his.
doesn't even have no information.
I don't know. I think you're trying to make a superhero out of
Wait,
this
wait,
guy.
wait, wait, wait. Okay, even if you're saying it doesn't have, if you say you're saying it doesn't have information, he gave us a reason why he doesn't want to be part of it, and the reason why he doesn't want to be part of it,
See,
is
a
what I just said.
politics is not done that way. I'm sorry to
Wait, wait, wait,
interject.
wait, wait, wait. You said that. I think you made mention of that. So what do you mean? Do you have to be a politician to be a president of a country? Can you
Well,
answer?
it would
Yes,
help. It would
yes,
help.
yes. You
Wait, wait,
have to.
wait, wait, wait,
You
What
you
is
have
wait.
it?
to.
Oh,
You know why?
okay, wait. You have to correct.
Yes.
Well, it's better that we look around ourselves. Haven't we see other countries where some people, folks that they're now politicians and they become the president of the country? Haven't we see that? Do we ever see that before? Yes
Have
or
you
no?
seen a country that is not ruled by the politician that
Oh my
ended up
gosh, you
well
didn't
for them?
answer my question. Have you
You
Ukraine
mean you
president?
mean
Wait.
traditional politician? You mean traditional?
Ukraine president, was he ever a politician? Was he ever a politician before he become a president?
Well,
Sorry,
you don't
pardon
say.
to disturb. Sorry, pardon me.
What?
Yeah.
1 minute, I have to go now.
All right.
To do a little grocery for my kids. Let me give
Wait.
my last assertion. Everybody, get your PVC comment section. Agree to Namuna. Click like, share, and thumbs up. Mona banner coffee. Mona forget to banner coffee. Do what I say, not what I do. What I do. One man, thank you for the show. Today was a nice day, and I have to go now. I agree with the panelists. Tony, Adewale, Oga Adewale, greet you. Now I got your full
Thank you,
name.
sir. Thank you, sir.
Greet you.
Okay.
Ola, Ola, the new guy, DOG, and
Wemondo.
Yatami, how we going to Domosa, and Ade. Greet you guys. I have to leave you guys now. One man.
All right.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Wapi. Thank you. Good to have you today. So thank you. So back to it then. So Sowore is a politician, and the example you are citing, the Ukrainian president, he canvassed for votes and he was elected, and only politicians do that. Maybe you are meaning he's
Oh,
not a
wait.
traditional politician.
That's
Yeah,
that's right. But what I'm saying is
right.
this: it didn't start like from the ground level. Like a lot of politicians, where is either
It
the
doesn't
Yes,
need
he's
to
not a
stand. It
traditional
doesn't need to
politician.
stand like
exactly
that.
that's what I'm saying. So the example that you guys are giving doesn't resonate with me. Doesn't make sense at all.
No,
Like,
a
um,
politician doesn't need to be.
wait. France, what's the name of Macron?
Macron. That's
Was
the
he
example
like
people. Yeah.
a Trump? Was he even in
Uh,
Africa, the South Africa president,
how
the
did
guy
they? How
that
did they
was
end up with
listen,
Trump?
wait, let me give you more examples because
Okay.
the what the points you guys were making, I don't think is not a point at all. Like this
Yeah.
guy from South Africa that fought for the for equal right, what is his name now?
Ray
Mandela.
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 Exactly. Was he ever a politician?
Mandela
He
is
was
this
a
No.
guy.
politician.
Which schools did you go to? Mandela is this guy.
It was a.
You
It
are
was
talking
a.
about
It
politician. You
was a
don't know Mandela's
politician.
name. Yeah.
Wait. He was not an activist.
It was a politician.
Wait. Was he? Not, oh my gosh. What was he not an activist?
He was an activist, but also a politician.
Wait. Oh, okay. What was he doing before he was? Okay, you
It,
say he was a politician. From
it
when?
was ACN. It was a lawyer. It was also an activist.
Oh,
He
wait.
it was part of
In fact,
ACN.
I think he formed that party. He and others. Yes.
Yeah, with other people.
But the point I'm trying to make is you can be a You don't really have to be like the poly. You don't have to be politicking
But
way
what you
before.
are saying is that you don't have to be a traditional politician, but ultimately you do
But
have to be a
wait.
politician.
You need it. You need politics, skill in politics. You also need how to govern. See, there are two things. Politicking and governance go hands in hand. If you That's why lawyers are good in politics. They combine, their way of convincing people. If you are more or less like a bombastic kind of a person, you won't. You see, people will not believe you. See, politician lies. Okay, everywhere you go. How did it turn out for America? You see, now Trump is trying to make a comeback. I'm sorry, I'm trying to digress.
Wait,
How did
there's no need for us to go there. But the point you are trying to make, I don't see it.
All right. Take us to your wider point,
Well,
Oriola, because
well,
we're somewhat.
the
I'm
point I'm
confused.
trying
Yeah.
to make, the point I'm trying to make is this. I mean, a lot of people are condemning Sowore, and I think that we're quick to forget something. 2019, a lot of people were looking for something different, and you could say that they're all youth, a lot of youth. I mean, he wasn't this popular like Obi now, but he started it. So what I think a lot of people will see is this: if Obi doesn't, which is not going to be the president, a lot of people will shift when it comes 2027. Whoever is able to resonate with people probably would not be him. People will shift to that person. We are so quick. We don't like a long-term process. And that's what I think that even though even though Sowore is like missing out now, like he's not. I mean, the first time around it was good. This time around, a lot of people wasn't. They felt like, I mean, just like the point that a lot of people were making. Oh, they don't like the way he talk, or his arrogance, his dictatorship. Yeah, he play.
No, no,
He
no.
has
Do you think they are criticizing him or critiquing him? Because there's a distinction that we are not just criticizing just for to bring the guy down, but the way Sowore is presenting, if you were to say go and mold the perfect person for the Nigerian situation, you will create somebody like Sowore who has the right language, who is within the right age demography, who is on the right space of the politics in terms of being pro people, absolutely full of probity. So everything you want for somebody that will take Nigeria out of where it is to where we want it to be is all enraptured within that person, Sowore. But
Woman,
yet nobody
I,
is
I don't
interested.
I don't think one
Nobody is interested. So why is
wait.
that?
I
what
don't think one person can actually take us like the way you guys are looking at it.
No,
I think
usually one person, there's usually one golden person that the narrative revolves around.
uh,
woman,
all right. So like okay, so in the past uh president that the president the past election that we had, um
Yes.
who was that person that you think everything you just mentioned fit that? You would never
Sowore.
have. There's no perfect person. That's what I'm trying to say to you.
No, no,
There's some
nobody.
things
You
that
just cited the example of Mandela now. Mandela is that sort of like a golden person that
no, but
a
was my
movement coalesce around. Che Guevara, Obama. So those
wait,
sort
wait,
of
wait. No, no,
personalities that
no.
they
The
are
thing,
like a golden
no.
fleece and then everything wraps around them.
Wait,
And
wait,
Sowore
woman.
is that sort of
no.
person, but there's an
No,
element missing.
no. I don't believe that. I don't think
Oriola,
that they
Oriola,
capture every single thing that you're saying. It's
Oriola.
more like with everybody that they have something that they it resonate with them. So, for example, if you're saying Obama, for example, some people they like him because he looks like me, and we have never been in this position before. Some other people they like the calmness of him. So there's different things that people like about people.
It's
That's what
called
I'm trying.
charisma. Sowore doesn't
Yeah.
have
So it's
charisma. It doesn't have charisma.
what is charisma?
What you are describing in Obama.
Wait, you mean the calmness?
No, an easy charm, a likability, an easy charm and
Wait, do you have
likability
to like?
that
Wait, wait,
people
wait.
want to pull in your direction,
No,
that people just
but
have
that
an instinctual
wait,
liking for you
but
and
that's what
wanting you
I'm
to do well.
saying. What that's what I'm saying. You say
Sowore
likable.
doesn't have that.
Wait. I like Sowore.
I
I
I
like
like
him
don't
him.
too,
like.
I
but
like him
it
too.
doesn't, it's not
Wait.
charismatic now.
You said you don't see the likely like people liking him. You don't see that in him. What I'm
Mm.
trying to say to you is this: you have a figure, and the figure have different trees. It has branches. People would pick and choose what they like about him. You can't tell people just because you find him aggressive that you don't like that. I like his aggressiveness.
But it's
There's
not
nothing
gonna
wrong with
work for him.
well, who says who? You're just one
Well,
person.
debatedly is
See,
not
you
now.
have to
It's not
have
working for
you
him
have to
now.
Wait,
build
you
quote.
okay?
Oriola,
Okay, it doesn't work for him. Last 4 years ago, how come it worked for him? How come people
no, see,
resonate
And
with
no, it
him?
last
didn't
year,
work for him. He
last year
scored
ago, he
33,000 votes.
landed him in trouble. He landed him in a political
Wait,
trouble.
That was something else. Don't put no. What landed him in the in trouble is definitely is not him trying to be the president. That's different thing.
What
So that's
what what landed
different.
him in
It
trouble
was
there?
provoking. That was later
It
on. It
was
was
eating up
provoking.
politics. It was eating up politics. See, it's the
Wait,
same
no,
thing.
he has nothing to do with that. That's wait, listen. he has nothing to do whatever he got himself into has nothing to do with the fact that he was running for the president. It's totally two different things. He has his own ideology. What I'm trying to say to you is this: we might have a you. Let's say we have a paper. You
Mhm.
might see the color of that paper to be white. I might see the color to be
No,
blue.
we understand what you mean, but we're
Right.
saying
So
the totality of it is not compelling. It
wait,
doesn't
that's your own
compel.
conclusion, though. That's your own
No, no,
conclusion.
no. Those are what the data and figures are saying to
What
us.
data? What data? Wait,
Its electoral result from
O-
wait,
O-
2019
what?
Oriola,
is
do
lack
you
of
think
traction in this present
do,
dispensation.
Wait,
The
and the
struggles that
data.
it's having to connect with people.
Wait, and you're saying that the data from 2019 has the everything about him. There's a data that was put together that it doesn't resonate with some people. He has a
Yes,
bad character.
yes. The data was put together. Do you want me to
By
tell you what
who?
the data?
Yeah,
By INEC, which is called the electoral result.
man. Wait, so okay. I agree with you, but that's one.
Yes,
That's one. We need
but
another
is that not
paper.
the main one? What else is there?
Wait. We
Yeah.
can't rely on just one data because you just so your data was not the fact. Your data is about the behavior, the attitude of the person, the president, or the candidate. That's not what I'm looking for. Well, even if there's a data for that, we need couple people. We need multiple different establishments that actually publish similar data. You can't just rely on one data.
No,
We're
no,
not
no.
relying
You
on
can.
just one
You
person.
can. You
No, you
can.
cannot.
No, no.
It
You can.
doesn't work that way.
No,
It
no. It
doesn't work
does.
that way.
It does. It does because when you are
Where
electioneering
does it work that way? That's why
everywhere,
you have different
everywhere.
medias.
Oh,
That's wait. That's why you
hold on.
have different
Let me say
media.
this. Let me say this, Oriola. You know, when you are electioneering, you are presenting the totality of yourself. You are presenting yourself at the very best for consideration. And when the people come in with their verdict, that is called electoral results. So that's the data right there. So the totality of everything that Sowore is and wants is all wrapped into electoral results. And he pushed very hard in 2019.
Okay,
And whether you are saying they wrote the figures or not, he got 33,000.
okay.
So
Okay.
that's the only data that matters.
Okay. Even though I don't agree with you, but I will say, okay, let's accept that's what the data is. So here's the thing: why do we feel that everything that he needs to accomplish has to be a short term? You put a short term on it. Why don't we look at it in a long term?
Yeah,
So,
but
for
we're not
example,
seeing progression.
wait,
We're not seeing
we're
progression.
not yet
Are you
there.
seeing
We are not
wait.
progression?
yet there.
See, it doesn't work that way. So here's it. The thing is, whenever you're making progression, you're going up. You always you will. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the cosine or sine wave. That's how the life work. It's never going to be a steady like you just go up. Sometimes it would come a little bit down, and you find whatever mistake you're making, try to go back up, then you go back up. So that's how it works. So
Yes, but
I
are
feel
you
like
seeing
you're
any
condemning.
signals? Oh, hold on. Okay, let's go with your analogy. Are you seeing any signs that he has taken any learnings from 2019?
Learning about what? What learning? What did he do
That we
wrong?
okay, he got the electoral results and he saw what his performance is. So did he take any learning from that to bring into this cycle?
Well, I'm definitely sure because what happened?
Well, we're
What
not
happened?
saying it because
Wait.
his stock is
Well,
depreciating, is going
okay.
further down.
The reason
Yeah.
why you say the reason why I think I'm going to use my own perspective here. What I think, the only reason why it looks obvious that he doesn't have people coming to him is the fact that 2019 a lot of people are yearning for something new. So everybody was yearning, including different ethnicity in Nigeria. So once they see that somebody have different options, especially people that live outside Nigeria, they gravitate towards them. Now, when it comes to 2023, it looks like people that gravitated toward them, then they see that they they align themselves with another person that they felt like maybe they have a he speak towards what they want. He kind of have what they were expecting, which is not a problem because here's the thing: when you have a follower, there will be some people that actually like you, for your ideology, for some things, and there might be some people that they just
So
they
why
just
is that?
follow they
Why
just
is
follow
that?
for
Because Peter, Sowore had a 4 year run up ahead of Peter Obi. So how come he has not been able to consolidate on the gains and even enhance his narrative? How come somebody has just come in, haven't had 4 years to build? How come somebody can just come in and then take everything away from you?
wait. I don't agree with that because okay, here's for example, 4 years ago,
I
was
actually
it
have a question
yes,
for you.
I like well what let me land
All
with
right,
this one.
land that point and then take Wale's
Four
question.
years ago, what is it 2019? Okay, it's 3 years ago. Actually, I felt disgusted, like having Peter Obi running behind Atiku, and you have this other guy running behind what's his name, Buhari. I was like, because I watched different interview that Obi had. I felt like he was a great guy. He knows what he was saying, even though then I was I didn't pay too much attention, and the reason why is this because he's not the front runner. So I believe that whatever he's bringing to the table, he still have to go through the front runner. So I didn't really pay attention. But this past year, when he started coming on TV, giving interviews, I started paying attention to him. I like him, but at one point, when it gets to like more interviews, I started to see the blood. I felt like he was just crap that he's talking about. Like a lot of what he's saying, especially for the kind of person that he is. So he leave outside Nigeria for a long time. He come back. He ran for governorship. He won. And if you see what he said he did, I was so embarrassed that someone could actually be proud of what he said he did. So a lot of things, I felt like a lot of stacks that he provided was not okay with me. But the thing is, Nigerians, especially young people, they're yearning for something new. And most mistakes that
Yeah,
we
but okay, wait,
let
stay
me land,
there.
let
No,
me
no,
land.
no. Okay, go on.
Mistakes that a lot of us that we make is this: when something suits us, like when you're talking sweet and we like what you're saying, we don't really take time to actually, maybe one of the days that we're less busy, and try to actually look into what that person is saying. Because if a lot of people that's following these politicians take their time to actually kind of like, oh, this person says this, he did this, he was able to do this, do that, and they look into it, they will find out that there's nothing behind what they're saying. So I felt like, and you have to remember also, because of the ethnicity in Nigeria, a lot of people that were following him 3 years ago, they don't find it dim to follow him now. And although we can say that, oh, how come he wasn't able to like fight for them and make them feel like, oh, he's the guy they should follow. Here's the thing: they were never his people in the first place. That's how the life work. Look at the music industry. You can be the Hollywood or whatever. You
All
can be
right.
I have a
ITA.
question. I have a
Oriola,
question
hold
for
on.
you though.
Take Wale's question and then give your response. And then because we've hit the 6 hour mark, I'll start to round off. But take Wale's question. Wale, to you.
Thank you. The question I want to ask him is that do you think the kind of politics Showore is playing is right for Nigeria?
Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with what he's doing. So let me use myself for example. If I say if I become let's say I decide to run for politics,
Mm,
I will be so angry myself. And the
mm.
fact is, the reason why I would be so angry and be talking or wouldn't want to caution myself, just would be the fact that I probably compared to everybody else that lived there, I've seen different life, and I happen to see how other people do things. And if you're trying to communicate that to people that, oh, this is how I see, I think this is the best way for us, and people, it doesn't resonate with people, you get angry. And I'll give you an example. Our lower Nabzia Zikwe, the other guy, they were so privileged then that they study abroad, even fella, and they saw how they treated them while they're outside Nigeria, and how they treat them in their own country. That's one of the reasons why they came back and fought for the fact that they want to stand alone. A lot of people, here's the thing, we is either we don't read, and I can give you another example, but not right now, because I've seen a lot of people talk here, and I'm like, why would we even say this? Because you those people, they were so angry. They're young. They see how, like, back home, we carry these people like they're gods, and we come to their own place, we are treated like trash. So that's some of the reasons. Even Nnamdi Ezekwe, when he wasn't even able to come back to Nigeria straight. He was in Ghana, like, fighting the politics in Nigeria. So you can tell, like, if you look at Sowore from that angle, it's more like he's filming. But I agree with you guys. Maybe if he can be more patient for the way he would interact with people, but it's very difficult.
That
He's
is
not
his
something that's
preservative.
easy. It's not easy. It's very challenging, like you said, because it's very challenging for you to know, like, I would like good for you people, but you're not saying in my way. And so I think that's
Yeah,
the
but
reason.
that is a dictatorial tendency,
You
though.
see,
Yeah.
if you have,
Wait. It's not
do you
okay.
know a man called
He didn't
Adam
control.
Oshiomhole?
I didn't see any dictatorship. Like, he didn't do anything that I see that made him, like. Okay, do you want to compare him to the communist China, or you want to compare him to Russia, where those guys tell they don't care what their people think, they do what they say. Are you saying he has those traits? I felt like he's just someone that
I think he
exactly
has
what he's
some.
saying.
He has traces of those
Yeah,
traits.
but give
Traces of.
example. Give
I've
example.
already done about three or four.
You did. No, I don't, because I didn't see that as someone who was dictatorship. Meaning that you said he's a one man show. So here's the thing: the only reason why you think it's a one man show is this: if he see people, a lot of people that resonate with them, they're not as popular. That's why you think it's a one man show. People that likes what he's doing and they join his group, they're
You,
not
you,
as
you,
popular.
do you know who my favorite artist is? My favorite artist is you may not know him because it's of a different generation. It's an artist called Prince. He died a couple of years ago. That's my
So why
yeah.
would
That's my all-time favorite. So
different
I will
generation?
never
How
hear
old
a
you think
word
I am?
against him. Huh?
How old you think I am?
I don't know. You sound like
This-
one of those Davido sort of people that you
no,
think
I'm
music.
actually.
You
Here's the
think
thing. I'm
Davido is
very
music. I don't know
yeah,
about
yeah, yeah. I'm very
Davido. Yeah.
no. I'm
Mama, can I
37.
just chip in something before you round up?
I
Not
wanted
a
to
little.
round off
I'm
actually
not a
because
little kid.
No, very briefly, very briefly.
all right. Chip that in, and then I'll make that the last word. But
Okay.
then and then I'll round off after that. But before I do that, I must insist that Wale and Oriola they come earlier because you've now come with a very engaging conversation just as we're about to leave.
I've been on the
Yeah,
show for a
yeah.
long time. Your other people just didn't want to leave the
Oh,
a
yes.
studio for it. That's
You know,
why.
it's always frustrating. Sometimes when we get to the end, that's when we get to the most interesting conversations. But then I'm already struggling to keep my eyes open. So yeah,
Others
how
just
that
don't want to leave. That's